Hello, everybody. How are you today? Hi, Lee. Hi, Sandy. Hello, everyone. If you guys could just let me know you can hear me okay, I'd appreciate it. I am on the road today using a different setup, and I just want to make sure that nothing weird is happening. But hello, everybody. I'm Libby from MFT, and we are here today to go through the You Are Not Alone card kit, which is the card kit for April. It's absolutely fantastic. It might be one of my favorites so far that I've worked with. And Lee says she can hear me. Sandy says sound is good. Yay. Okay, great. You can see I'm on the road. I'm in a different location today. If you saw my Instagram stories just a little bit ago, I am actually down in Florida. I live in Georgia, and I'm down in Florida on the coast. It's spring break for my kids, so we're down here at the beach, and it's beautiful. But today it's actually not good conditions. There's double red flag warnings, so nobody's allowed in the water. They even have planes flying around with those banners saying, don't go in the ocean. So perfect day to be inside working and doing a live, right? So hello, everybody. So today we are going to be going through the new card kit from MFT, which is called You Are Not Alone. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a mixture of stamps, dies, pattern paper, and cardstock. My colleague Ashley is here in the comments sharing links so you can find the things, the goodies, if you want to purchase them after watching or while watching or anything. I did see that everything is still in stock as of me starting this live. Whether they will be after, I don't know. The kit itself is limited quantities. It is a great deal to buy it together as a kit. You get more value for your money that way. But all the items will be available separately as well and restocked separately if they do sell out today. You can always put the notify me and get it once it's available once again. So hello, everybody. Hi, Nicole. Sandy, you're in Alabama. Oh, I hope you don't get tornadoes. Usually those storms go through Alabama and sometimes make their way to us in Georgia. I hope you don't get any. That's scary stuff. Lee, I don't know about sharks. I don't want to see any sharks. So I appreciate them, but I don't want to see them while we're at the beach. So hi, Jennifer. Hi, friend. Yeah, the samples are amazing. Once again, the design team at MFT hit it out of the park. They always do such a wonderful job with all the releases, but their samples this month are absolutely gorgeous. And I see Carly is here in the comments. She's going to be one of the people that I show samples from because her stuff is just gorgeous. So anyway, without any further ado, let me go ahead and I'm going to actually start by going through some pictures so you guys can see what it is we're talking about here. So this is the card kit. It's called You Are Not Alone card kit. It's our new card kit for April. And it comes with a stamp set. I'll go in closer on all of these things because I know you want to see all the details, but a beautiful stamp set with messages that are just fantastic. It's one of my favorite message sets favorite ever. It's for occasions where, you're trying to find the right words for sympathy or encouragement, even some appreciation. It's just a really great set of messages. I think MFT is really fantastic at coming up with just the perfect messages. And that's one thing I love about working here. And then it also has a set of floral dies and leaves and stems that are just so pretty. And you can do all kinds of things with them. There's a lot of different styles of flowers. And I'll show you lots of ways that our team combine them and use them on their beautiful cards. There's also a new 6x6 paper pad, which is always fun. And this one is called Soft Stripes. And it's just that. It's softer colors and it's stripes, either regular, horizontal, or vertical, whichever way you put your paper. And then also diagonal stripes. So fun way to use them. And then there's also 12 sheets of cardstock, including one that's vellum. So 11 sheets of colored cardstock and then 1 sheet of vellum. So lots of stuff, lots of value for your money in this kit. It is retail $59.99 and the value is almost $85. So when you buy it together as a kit, you really get a lot of value for your money. All right, I'm going to skip on over to the comments just for a second. Yeah, Jody's agreeing that Carly rocks for sure. Yeah, the messages are what is making people need this. I've been getting messages from my friends like Lee here in the comments and also my friend Holly messaging me like, oh, I absolutely love the new kit. I grabbed it as soon as I saw it, kind of things. So yes. So closer look at the dies. These are the floral dies, and you can see there's different styles. Some of them you can layer together. Actually, most of them you can layer together to make kind of like 3D, or you can put some foam tape in there if you wanted to really have it pop up a little. You can do it flat, whichever way you want. And you can see the pretty little flowers that these dies make, different styles. There's 3 stems. They cut all at once. I'll show you the actual dies in my hand in just a second. You can see what I mean. Then there's the little stem that has all the different leaves on it, and then just various sizes of individual leaves. There's flower centers that you can cut out and put behind. These flowers are great. The ones that are more like the daisy shape are great with gems in the middle or enamel dots or anything in there that you want to jazz up your card with, basically. And then I was talking about the stamp set. So let's take a closer look at that. Look at these messages. So we have, you will get through this. Sometimes there are no words. I'm here for you whenever you're ready. Thank you for showing up for me. How great is that? That's so good. I'm so sorry your heart hurts. Excuse me. Friend, I promise you will be okay. I know you've been struggling. You are not alone. And no card can make this better, which I love that one too, because we love to send our cards, but we know that there's more going on sometimes. And one thing that I love, and my friends loved as well that were messaging me, is that these messages all do have coordinating dies. So you have the dynamics to cut out the messages as well. And I love that there's the dies kind of cut out the in between the two lines when it's a 2-line message. So you don't have a bunch of white space right there. It cuts it really close. And I'm going to show you how I like to cut out my dies in just a second as well. And then that soft stripes pattern paper pad that I mentioned, it has the stripes that you can have as vertical or horizontal, whichever way you turn your paper. And then also the really fun diagonal stripes as well in really pretty soft colors. And I don't have another slide of it, but we also, like I mentioned, have the pattern paper in there. The solid cardstock in there as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to my overhead camera now, and we can look in a little more detail at these items on my desktop. And again, sorry for my setup here. I'm on a weird wood table, but it's what I have here at the condo that we're renting for the week. Let's see. Oh, somebody just said she literally got the MFT text while we're watching. That's probably, well, anyway, it's probably Ashley who's double duty. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But anyway, here's the message set. It is a 4x6 set. I have most of them in my Misty right now, if you're wondering why it looks like this. This one I don't. I had that one's special separate. And I want to just show you. So the dies, here's the set of dies. I just have them on a magnet sheet from my stash. But you can see how they just line up really, really tight with the message. I don't have it perfect because I'm trying to eyeball it while I'm live here. But you see how you can, the way I look at these to try to figure out what goes with what is you can look at where there's the text that would be the kind of the printed block letters, and then where there's big things that go, I don't know how to say this better, but like for this one, I know that there's a K that comes up, there's the T and the H, and then there's the T. And that's how I can kind of scan my dies and say, okay, this has lines that come up like that. And that helps me figure out which die goes with which. I don't know. I know that it can be hard for some of you, but I really don't struggle with matching up the dies with the words. I think it's really kind of, once you kind of get an eye for it, it's really kind of obvious to see which one goes with which. And so that's an example of that. Here are the dies, and you can see how some of them are grouped together. The 3 stems are together. These are together that go kind of layered together on the 2 sizes of this flower. They're all on the same die. So all the dies come attached. If you've purchased MFT dies before, they come attached with little pieces of metal that you trim off with your snips, and then some of them stay together so you can do one flower type all together. And here's the leaves. You can see that they're all together on that same one. Okay. Hopefully that's all making sense. And I also wanted to show you, this is similar to what I showed in graphic form, but here are all the little flowers. I just used 2 shades of blue and 1 shade of green to cut everything out, just as an example, so you can see relative to my hands, relative to an A2 panel, the size of these flowers that it cuts. And you can layer these together. You could also put like this one on top of that one if you wanted to have a little 2-layer die, a little 2-layer flower, as I'm trying to say here. You can put some of the flowers, like this little one here looks really great on this stem. That also looks great as greenery coming out of the flowers. There's different ways to put it together. So I'll show you the card samples in just a second that really highlights that. This is the paper pad. It has 2 each of 12 designs, so 24 sheets in here, and you can see they are double-sided. So really pretty colors and really fun stripes and diagonal stripes in there. Okay. I mentioned what I like to do with the messages that I still have them in my Misty right now. And so this is how I like to cut them out when I first get a new message set like this, just to make a whole bunch. So let me show you the after so you can see what I'm talking about. So I get a whole bunch all cut out at once. Not at once, but anyway, a little session of making messages. And it just makes it so easy to have them ready to go when I want to make my cards. And so the way I do that is I put them all on my Misty, and I have a sheet of paper in there, and I stamp them. You can see I stamped them in a pink color in there. And then what I do is I die cut all the coordinating dies from a panel, and I trim around those little die cut negatives and perfectly place it around the message. And so then when I go to actually do my stamping, all I have to do is take my already die cut plain white piece, put it in like a little puzzle piece into where it goes, and then I can stamp them all together, and they're perfectly lined up. I don't have to worry about trying to match up the die with the word after I've already stamped it. So that's what I do a lot of times with sentiments or with stamp sets when I get them, is I just stamp and have a whole bunch ready to go so that I can just pop into my desk and make a whole bunch of cards when I feel like it. I hope that makes sense. And I just did it in black and white, here, but I could now go in, now that I have it all set up in here, and I can do some embossed ones. I love to do white embossing on black cardstock for messages like this. I could do some in gold or different kinds of embossing. I could do different colors that kind of coordinate with that cardstock or the pattern paper. And so I just love to have a whole bunch of messages ready to go, and it just makes it really easy. So now here is a card that I made when I was playing with the kit. And I was, as you know, from this panel, I was just doing a whole bunch of blues. And I don't know, I love blues. I did a little bit of ink blending, if you can see it on the bottom of my pieces, layered them together, did a little ink blending on my panel as well. I did a little flicking with the Distress Mica spray, that's what that is, and then took one of my messages that I had cut. I put it all on the stitched eyelet lace rectangle stacks, which was from the March release, and you'll see that several on our team used that die set this month as they made their cards as well. So I'm going to peek if you guys have any questions, and if not, I'm going to go in and start showing you. Here, I'll leave something pretty on here while I look. Start showing you all the amazing samples from our team. Yeah, the sentiments are so good, right? I agree. And I love that they have dies. I'm just peeking real quick to make sure I didn't miss any messages. I don't think so. I think it's just all you guys saying how much you love everything, because it's so great, isn't it? Lee saying, I bet you can't guess what color my first card will be. I'm going to just take a wild guess and say pink. I don't know. I know that's going out on a limb to think that Lee would make a pink card, but that's what my guess is. All right, let me go ahead and start showing you these samples. That's what you guys want to see, are all these beautiful cards from the design team. Here's one from Barbara, and you can see that she took that 2-layer, I don't know what you'd even call this kind of flower, but it's pretty, whatever it is. And I love that she used red, yellow, and orange. It's almost like a field of like California poppies or something, which, by the way, if you guys are in California, I've heard that this is going to supposedly be a mega bloom year where there's going to be fields and fields of those orange, beautiful California poppies. So I hope to see some pictures of that. I don't live there, but I would love to see it because it's so pretty. So I love how Barbara just took that. She used all the elements in the kit because she used the messages with the coordinating dies. She used some of the pattern paper. I love how she just made strips with it, which is really clever. And then used some enamel dots from her stash and just did a little bit of blue ink blending behind those flowers. So let's see here. Again, looking. Yeah, I think it does kind of look like a poppy, doesn't it? Jody says the inspiration for the sentiments came from a variety of struggles that she personally is dealing with. So it's a set we can all use right now, for sure. Big hugs to Jody. She is going through a lot right now. All right, and this is from Carly, who is here in the comments, and I just love how she cut out that square and then has her pattern paper and then her little cluster of flowers. And she just used, maybe, I guess she used 4 different styles of flowers, 3 styles, but 2 sizes of that one that's the five petal flower. But I love her pinks and her reds together, and then that beautiful message. And her classic Carly dots, that's what I'm going to call those from now on. Her splatter that I know she draws on there and does such a perfect job with it. And here's one from Sindhu, and I just love her soft, beautiful colors that she used. I love her ink blending on the tips of the petals and her green ink blending on the background. I'm a big fan of splotches, splatters, and she did some as well. And I love her pattern paper in the background. So you can see how beautiful that diagonal pattern paper looks as the grounding element on your pretty floral scene that you're creating with this set. Carly, I hope you like that. You're laughing, cry laughing at me. Okay, here's a gorgeous, gorgeous card from Rachel. She was also she was in the blue mood like I was when she used this one. I know you've been struggling is the message she chose. There it is with the white embossing on black cardstock, which is the look I love to do as well. I love that she used kind of different shades of blue on this, and they all work together so pretty. And I love how her blooms are coming off from the side like that, the stems of the blooms. I also love that she used kind of a dark teal for those, some of the little some of the little branches or petals coming. What am I trying to say? Oh my gosh, the leaves coming from the ends. She also used white. That's really cool too. That's a cool idea. Oh gosh, my words are not coming to me sometimes when I'm live. It just drives me a little crazy. Here's another one from Rachel that's so gorgeous. I love her yellow and then that hot pink together looks so pretty. And then again, she used some of the pattern paper to layer up her card and it looks fantastic. I love all her white splotches as well. Here's one from Melania, and I love the colors that she chose. It's a little different than the others. And I love how she did yellow in the background, did some, I think, orange or red dots back there along with white. And I love that message. I'm here for you whenever you're ready. How good is that? Because sometimes you don't know if somebody wants your to talk to you about what they're going through or needs help. And so whenever you're ready, that's just such a great way to put it, isn't it? I just love it. So good. Here's another one from Rachel. It's kind of similar to the yellow one we just looked at, but instead at the top of this one, she went with green, which I think looks really cool too. And again, I'm here for you whenever you're ready. And you can see it with it white embossing on black, how that really pops on her card. I love this one from Carly. It's completely different. She just took that one 5-petal flower. And Carly, I was going to look up and I forgot whether you ink blended on the flower itself or maybe you ink blended a panel and then die cut out the flowers from that ink blended panel. But those are both ways that you could make this look on a card. And I love her black flower centers that go with her Carly dots. And thank you for showing up for me. So instead of an encouragement card, it can also, you have options to make a thank you card for somebody who was there when you needed it. Let's see here. Yes. Oh, Tiffany's here too. I haven't gotten to Tiffany's cards yet, but they're stunning. Little spoiler alert. We'll get to them in a second. And Carly is saying that she ink blended each flower individually. So I love the colors, how it turned out. And that probably gave it more variation than if you had just ink blended a panel and then, but that's another way you can do it is ink blend a panel and then put the die where you need it and cut it out. And Ashley found Carly's blog to say how she made the card. So if you're interested, you could go over there and check it out. And all these cards that our team makes, they also post them. So the ones I'm showing today, they post on their individual blogs and social media as well. So you can check them out when you have more time. And you can also find these cards, a lot of them, as secondary images right on our website as well, if you wanted to go back and take a closer look or use it for inspiration once you have your kit in hand and want to create. So this one's from Barbara, and oh my goodness, she was on a die cutting frenzy. Look at all these flowers she cut out, but how pretty is that? Doing the two corners of her card with the florals and the greenery. And she again used the stitched eyelet lace rectangle stacks, which came out in March, as her base layer with a slightly bit of light blue ink blending before building up all the flowers, which is just so pretty. And then she used the beautiful "I'm so sorry your heart hurts" message. And here is one from Han. And again, I told you our team was really loving that stitched eyelet lace because they just recently got it back in March and now they wanted to use it on their cards. I love how Han did the message with red cardstock and white embossing instead of black to go, have it tie in with her card really well. I think that looks really striking and gorgeous. And I love how she put the pattern paper between the two layers of the stitched eyelet lace. And also her coloring on her flowers themselves. So she cut them out of colored cardstock, but then she added, I'm guessing, marker at the base of the flowers and on the greenery, and then a little bit of white gel pen as well, which looks really fabulous. Here is one from Rachel. I love her pinks, and I love that she also use the stitched eyelet lace. It's all over these cards, I told you. And with her diagonal pattern paper as well. Looks really pretty. So here she just, used the one flower style and then used that greenery that's like kind of the sprig of greenery, cut it out several times. And I think that looks so pretty as well. So it doesn't always have to be the big cluster of flowers. You can use these flowers individually as well. So let's see, on Facebook, it says that Ashley's going to work on posting their links this afternoon on Facebook so that you can all bookmark their blogs. That's a great idea. Yes, because you want to go to them all the time because they're always posting such amazing MFT samples, and they do such a great job. So, okay. Here is this gorgeous card from Tiffany that I mentioned earlier. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I love her ink smushing, I'm guessing she did for the yellow background. And then her flowers with all the splatters and the shading on them. And then the yellow enamel dot centers look just gorgeous. So gorgeous. And she used the fanciful frame stacks to build up her layers. I think that one may be temporarily out of stock right now, but if that's a die set you love, again, it's called Fanciful Frame, and you could always do the notify me. I hope I'm not misspeaking about it being out of stock. I know one of the things I looked up was out of stock, but that one is called Fanciful Frame. But in general, if anything is ever out of stock on the website, hit that notify me, and that's how you'll know. You'll get an email once it comes back in stock, and then you can grab it. She used the "You Are Not Alone" message, and I love that she stamped it in blue, so you don't always have to do black. Sometimes I get in a rut of only doing black and white, but you can definitely do colors as well. So I love her blue message on this card. It goes so well. And by the way, are there any Dear Evan Hansen fans out there? Any musical fans? That "You Are Not Alone." It just makes me want to sing the song from Dear Evan Hansen every time I read it. I love that musical. But anyway, yeah, Tuesdays have a lot of lives. I have noticed that too. But that's our release day. So that's when I have to come in here and show the new products. So, yep, I have to leave it, get on your agenda. Nobody needs to work on Tuesdays, right? It's all about watching live streams from all the card companies, stamp companies, I mean. All right, anyway, this one's from Sindhu. And she used the inside and out stitched oval as her place to have her little opening for her flowers. Well, that's a great die set as well because you get the stitching on the positive and on the negative of the oval, and you can use it in both ways. And I love how she just has a tiny bit of that pattern paper peeking out of the edges of her portrait layout card, top folding probably. So pretty. And then this one, another amazing card from Tiffany. I kind of gasped a little when I saw this one. I love how she put the flowers into a heart like this. It's so great. I love all the detail that she added with ink blending and white gel pen. She used some of those flower centers, I think, as just dots in the background, which I think is really cool and clever. And then I love how she did her pattern paper as well. So she used, I think, the Stitch Square Scallop Edge frame. And so when she cut it out, she just took that inner piece that comes out. Let me just make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, I think she took that inner piece and just rotated it, one turn, and then that makes it be in the opposite direction as the little scallop edge. So I think that's really cool how she did her pattern paper in the background. And then this one is from Han, and she just used a die, it's called a Very Big High is the dynamic set that she used. Made a shaker card and then put that pattern paper in the background and used all those cute little florals to decorate it. And then it says, "Hi, you are not alone." I love it. So just trying to show here that you can take, the elements of this new kit and look at your stash and find some older dies that you love and use them together. So this A Very Big High die dynamics is really great. I've seen it used by the team on multiple releases because it's just such a great big die to have covering your card like that. You can build things on it. Anyway. And this is Melania. I love that she made her flowers all white, which is really striking on that diagonal stripe background paper, and then some beautiful ink blending on her center of her circle that she used to create a wreath. And it just looks so pretty and so different than the other cards. And she used a little bit of sequins to embellish it up. Now, speaking of making it into a wreath, I just want to point out that today we have this beautiful, almost rainbow wreath of the florals on our YouTube channel. This is Laura Basson. She did a video for this release. And so you can watch her use these products in action on the YouTube channel. So if you want to pop over and watch that later, it's always wonderful to watch Laura go through her process. All right, so that was pretty much everything. Hold on here. I think I'm going to go back to me for a second. All right, guys, what do you think? Do you love it? What's your favorite? Everything is so pretty, isn't it? The team did such a great job. They just knocked it out of the park with these beautiful samples. And the card kit is, like I said, one of my favorites. The message set is so, so good and something you're going to want to use. Hopefully you don't have to use it often, but it's a great one to have in your stash at those times that you do need it. Let's see, I'm seeing Betsy. Hi, friend. Just got here late. No problem at all. And if anybody did join a little late and you want to watch from the beginning, this will be available for replay after we're done. So you can always go back and watch. Betsy knows about J. Evan Hansen. There we go. Good. Tiffany says I was correct about something. April's joining from Houston. Hello. Will you link the kit to the description? Yes, I'll do that after this is done. I can go back in and do that. That's a good idea. I usually schedule these before the kit is actually available to purchase, so I don't put it in the description, but that would make it easier for everybody. So I will go back in and do that on YouTube for sure. All right, so again, let me just go back to my overhead camera and we will just go back again through the stuff. Again, there's this beautiful message set with all these great messages for sympathy, encouragement, appreciation that are just ones you're going to need in your stash for sure. And then the coordinating dies. Oops, hold on a second here. To cut out all those messages, which is really nice to have. We have this beautiful show of support. I don't think I ever said the name of it, but this die set is actually called Show of Support. The stamp set is called You Are Not Alone and You Are Not Alone Dynamics, and the kit itself is called You Are Not Alone. But if you wanted to grab these dies separately, they're called Show of Support. And again, it's this elegant floral die mix that you can use in so many different ways, as we just saw from our team. And then, of course, the Soft Stripes pattern paper pad. The full kit also comes with, I'm just going to put the picture back up again to make sure that you all know all the things that come in the kit. It also comes with 12 sheets of colored cardstock, including one that's vellum. And yeah, that is everything. Again, here's a little overview of the size relative to my hand of the flowers that are created with this. And here's the card that I created with the kit as well. So really beautiful release this month. Make sure you grab it before it's sold out. The kit itself is a great value. Again, it is $59.99, $85 value. So it's great to buy it as a kit. And then once those are sold out, they're gone. But the actual individual products remain available on the website until they're discontinued someday in the future. So yeah, it's wonderful. I don't want you to miss it because it's so good. All right, everybody. Well, that is it. That is the overview. So have fun shopping and have fun creating with this beautiful kit. Always, share in the MFT Insiders Facebook group if you're on Facebook. And we also love to see your projects when you share them on social media like Instagram. And thank you guys for being here. All right, we'll see you again soon. Take care.